away.
Acha,
Huh.
recording has
Oh,
started now.
Yeah.
hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Ravi, can you start, please?
sure. So, hi everyone. So today we have Mr. Rishabh Singh with us. He's from Varanasi and currently living in Jamshedpur. So he has done his dual degree from IIT Kharagpur with the Institute Silver Medalist in 2015. He is working with Tata Steel as a senior technologist of automation, digitalization, and Industry 4.0 for over or more than 8 years. So, with a person of 8 years of experience, it is difficult to put his experience in a few lines. So, let's hear from Mr. Rishabh himself. Over to you, Mr. Rishabh.
Yeah, hi Ravi. Hi Ramashankar.
I,
So thank you for the introduction. So just to be sure that I have to explain that how was my experience or how is my experience has been going on here at Tata State. That is the question, right?
yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe we have missed something important which you might like to share. So that is what.
No, no. I think the major highlights you guys have included in your statement.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, I actually had completed my BTech plus MTech dual degree in metallurgical and materials engineering from IIT Kharagpur. And here I have joined automation department that is mostly related to IT related jobs. So that was quite a challenge for me because I come from a different core department. It was metallurgy, and this was something related to the automation is related mostly to the coding and programming languages and all. So initially, I actually faced a lot of difficulty in understanding those things. But in ITs, you also in curriculum you have these coding languages also. So that give you some kind of support maybe when you start such kind of roles that are quite different uh, from your core department. One thing good was that the automation department is not completely IT related. It is also related to the process modelings and core metallurgical principles that are being used in the steel industry. So initially, I used to get a lot of jobs related to modeling, and later on, I moved to more of a IT related jobs. So over 8 years, I have experienced a lot of changes in my job profile. Like I said, that initially I started with all these metallurgical and mathematical modeling principles, and after a few years with the introduction of big data and these AIML languages, AIML mass principle and thermodynamic modeling to data based and analytics based modelings. And as you progress in your career, you start to like have more managerial jobs. You move from technical roles to managerial roles also. So right now I have some technical jobs also, but I am also managing few people and helping them out to carry out their technical jobs. So this is about me.
Yeah. So it would be nice to have your experience with us. Actually, you have got a wide range of experience, I would say, starting from core to then non-core, then managing things. So, yeah, so I'd like to ask a question. Our interaction would be mostly on career, how you manage career, how you grow in your career. So generally, sometimes people start with a career and then they find difficulty. Then uh, is there any tips to overcome those difficulties and all? So our discussion would be around these questions only. So so there is my first question. There is a saying that find a job you love, and you will never work a day in your life, right?
Right.
So, how have you managed align your career with your passion and find find fulfillment in your work? Are there any challenges or obstacles you have encountered while striving the career resonance, and how did you overcome them? Although you have touched upon those things that initially you started with IT, which was entirely different from the your core, but yeah. So, but you over the time manage those things, right? But would
Right.
you like to maybe highlight something over maybe after few years, 2 3 years or something? It would be very insightful.
Right. So that is a good saying actually, that you should do something that you love. But I would say that most of us, when we graduate from colleges, we don't know that what we love, because we have never worked a single day in our life. So that
Yeah,
is the case with most of us. So I would say that you find something, you try to find something that you love in that job. See, most of the jobs, if you gain some experience, you will feel that most of the jobs are similar in nature. Like initially you start with something, some technical jobs, then move to managerial roles also. So this is the case with a lot of jobs. And unless you are like in some maybe education or something else, in education also, if you see that our professors, when they join, they do a lot of technical things, and they write papers and all those, then they move to more managerial kind of roles, like they become dean and other things. So this is the case actually. This is the common case with all of the jobs. So one thing I would say that you should always be aware of, that never make prejudices,
yeah,
because once you start making prejudices, you will feel that you are like I mean, you are restricting yourself. You are restricting yourself to a fixed area.
yeah,
See, initially when I was studying, I used to say that why people go for MBAs when they have spent 4 years in this doing BTech and technical job, technical study. So later on, I realized that okay, the people who are completing their MBAs or whatever they are learning there, more or less those nature of jobs are only required at like a leadership roles in companies and in these corporate industries. So it is also like if I would not have thought that way, I would maybe I would have gone for like doing an MBA. I would have been in a much better role maybe. I'm not saying that this is the case, but this is the case with most of the industries, because MBAs are getting better payroll, pay jobs, and all those things. So never restrict yourself, never make prejudices. That is something I would never want to do, because at later stage in your life you will feel that you are doing the same thing.
yeah,
So even people who are like having their jobs here, they are also going for maybe 1 year MBAs and all those things. So this is one advice I would give to someone who is about to start their career, or maybe already started and at early stage in their career growth.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you have shared a completely different thought process, but unique thought process. But I can relate that because I also share similar thing that I started with some core stream, then came into IT and all. So I can relate those things. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing.
Right. And I
So,
would like to add one more point, that,
sure.
like I said, that it was completely different from my core. It was IT, and I had studied metallurgy. So I was
Yeah,
always afraid of coding, you know. I
yeah, yeah,
always thought that it. I was always like fascinated by that. If I would learn coding, then I would be like having much better job role, or maybe like something like that. But I was always afraid. But
yeah,
gradually, when I start learning those things here in my company, then I started to feel that coding is a very good skill that anyone must have. So
Yeah.
it is not something to be afraid of. It is something to
Yeah.
be like acknowledged and to be strived for. It helps
Yeah.
grow your technical abilities also. So
Yeah.
that is why I told those things that you should never make prejudices.
Yeah, so
Correct.
I'm so obsessed about this thing. Actually, I'm traveling to one of the business location, and one of my colleague from ABSTC, Aditya Birla Science and Technology, he's R&D person. He's traveling with me. So we were walking, and I just suggested him that in place of doing simulation on Fluent and all, just try to learn some coding in Python. Then maybe it will add value to you. And he was convinced. So yeah, so
Right.
yeah, I can I
Mm.
can relate that point. Yeah. So uh, second question I would like to ask. There is a general saying that a goal without plan is just wish, right? So can you share how you set concrete career goal, the strategy you use to achieve them? How do you strive to balance between pursuing career that resonate your personal value and meeting your financial practices need? So yeah, it's about planning. Do you plan, or how do you do? How do you manage?
Yeah, so initially I would say that I used to have some plans, but I was not oriented towards goal. I never had a goal oriented plan that I have to achieve this. It was something like this is my plan and I'm working on it, and I would get something or I would get somewhere, and finally I would conclude. But later on I have started to believe that once you have goal in your mind, once you are oriented towards a goal, then it helps you a lot. It helps you a lot to achieve that goal. Then you are not like wandering here and there and doing a lot of jobs. Then you are only doing those jobs that are going to help you in achieve those goals. So first thing is that. And initially I was also facing a lot of difficulty in finding some spare time for me, for my even I would say other professional, maybe, what do I say,
Requirements.
Commitments, maybe.
commitments, or maybe
Yeah.
other maybe hobbies also that I would have, I was having. So when I changed my this orientation and this goal based orientation, so I started to feel that I am getting more time than earlier,
Yeah, actually.
because all those time I was wasting in doing a lot of things that I
Hmm.
could save by doing only few things that matter. So in corporate, you will learn about something, or might have already learned about 80-20 rule.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
once you focus on 20, then 80 will already happen for you. So
Yeah.
don't go
Yeah.
for all the 100. Focus on 20 only.
Yeah.
Even I
Yeah.
was just about to say that there is a rule called 80-20, which basically 20% of your work वो 80% वाला काम पूरा कर देता है.
Right.
So yeah, even अगर वो 20% आप अच्छे से कर रहे हो, then you will be much more satisfied also.
Right. So
Yeah.
prioritization is very necessary. You have
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
prioritize your jobs.
yeah.
Yeah.
सो इसी के ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन मेरी तरफ से. सो बेसिकली ये कहते हैं डोंट वर्क योरसेल्फ टू डेथ. सो इनिशियली जब भी एक फ्रेशर जाता है किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ज्वाइन करता है, इनिशियल ईयर्स में वो ये सोचता है कि मैं जितना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा काम हो सकूँ, वो उतना ज़्यादा करूँ, उतना ज़्यादा अपना आपको बिज़ी रखूँ काम में. सो व्हाट्स योर थॉट ऑन दिस, और how did you basically, what was your initial years in the industry was like?
So initially, see, when you are young and you have a lot of time in your hand, you are not even married, then you get a lot of time to do something.
Yeah.
So you either spend it on like productive job, or you can
Mm,
spend it on like wasting it. So initially, I used to have a lot of time in my hand, and I used to
mm,
work on these jobs. That I used to get a lot of modeling roles, not modeling roles. I mean, this mathematical modeling roles. I would say. Don't confuse, not modeling.
Yeah.
So all these
uh,
mathematical modeling roles.
mhm,
So I used to work a lot. I used to work in my spare time also, at my home also. I used to work.
mhm,
Later on, I when I started to get lesser amount of time, then I started to think that how I could manage all these things, how I could complete these jobs in time or in office hours only.
mhm.
So work life balance comes into picture then as you grow.
Yeah.
And like you said that don't work yourself to death, so I have never worked worked myself to death. I think there is also a term for that in Japanese, something kamikaze or something kind of thing. So
Mm,
you should never do that. You should never do that. You should
yeah.
always find it time for yourself, for your
Mm,
personal development, for your career development also. See,
mm,
once you start focusing on doing or completing the jobs only, then you lose
mhm,
focus on other things.
mm,
Other things like how to progress in your career, what better things you could do that could help you to save more time.
mhm.
You can spend some time for your personal needs also. So all those things, that balance has to be there. So you have to find that balance. And I would say that if you start doing those things from the beginning of your career, then it would
Mm,
always help you. For a simple example, I would tell you,
mhm.
if you start noting down that what are the jobs you are doing on daily basis, that is
Okay.
a very simple thing. But if you're not doing it from the very beginning, and you start doing recording those things from your mid of the career, then you will feel that like I have not I don't have any time for doing this thing. You will do that only for 2 3 days, and then you will leave it. But recording those things help you at the end of the your appraisal cycles, because there are a lot of things that you do in a whole financial year, and at the end you forget those things, and there's nothing
Correct.
to record or give to your boss that these are the things or jobs I have done. So
Mm,
small things only, some personal discipline you have to maintain, and you will feel that you are getting a lot of time in your hand.
cool.
Yeah. It was good point actually. So you should adopt these points, Ravi. Maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
actually.
you you would have lot of points to many points to say to
see,
your
I
boss.
started it in my mid of my career, so I am feeling a lot of difficulty in doing those things. So, but I
Mm,
see that some of the youngsters that have joined recently, they are doing those things, and I feel that that is a very good way to lead your professional life.
correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct. Yeah, even this interviews is going to help me a lot.
Yeah, very good.
Mm,
Actually, the purpose of interview is this only, not to complete the course and all. I don't know, but it's helping us only, right? So
yeah.
yeah, so you talked about learning, right? Learning, and you also talked about you are managing team. So I would like to ask a question. So learning is there is saying that learning is not product of teaching. Learning is product of activity of learner, right?
Right.
So how do you foster a culture of continuous learning within your leadership? So so can you highlight or yeah?
See, so you was telling a lot of sayings, so I would also tell you a saying that
Yeah,
change is
yeah,
the
I
only
know.
constant. See, so change is the only constant, and if you don't keep changing, or if you don't keep updating yourself, then you lose in your
Mhm.
life.
Yeah,
So with that saying, I would say that uh, keep learning things, keep learning new things. Don't restrict yourself to a single area. Don't say that I am the master of this area only and I would not look anywhere else. You have to keep learning. See, I'm from a technology or a IT background, and you know that a lot of things are happening in IT. A lot of new
Yeah,
technologies are coming day by day. So if you don't keep on learning those things, you will fall behind. You will fall from the race.
yeah,
So fostering those things, I always tell my colleagues, my superiors also, my juniors also, that from whatever means, if you are able to learn something, then you should always do that. And
yeah,
that is learning is something that is not done in a single day or single week or single month. It has to be done every day. Something you have to learn, something you have to do every day to keep up with the pace of the society, or keep up with the pace of the technologies that are going on.
yeah, 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 definitely. So, Ravi, would you like to ask uh, any more question?
Hmm. Yeah. So basically, there must be some challenges that you must have faced in your career. So would you like to share some of them?
Yeah, sure. So the first one was time management. So I
Hmm.
I used to be very poor at time management.
Hmm.
And initially in beginning of my career, like I said, that I used to get a lot of time then. But later on, when the things started to pile up, when the project started to pile up, I used to face that I'm not getting any time for myself, for learning. So
Hmm.
that has to be managed, that has to be done strategically. It is
Hmm.
not something that will happen itself. You have to change your strategy to find some time for you. And
Correct.
that happened to me by changing. Like I said, I became goal oriented, more and more goal oriented, not like going in a research mode. When you are on a job, you once you go for research mode, like you are doing all of things, lot of things, and whatever result is there, you feel that that is the result. So that is not the way in corporates. You have to be more goal oriented. Whatever is the goal set by your boss or by the company, you have to align yourself to that. So becoming more focused, by becoming more focused, you will find that you are able to make you are able to manage the time. So that was one of the major challenge for me. And second, I would say that it started when I got married. So then you will have to create a balance between your work and life.
Hmm.
So that balance you get by, like, with experience only. I would say that that happens differently for everyone. So I don't have any
Correct.
advice for that, but I can only tell you that that will become a challenge sometime
Yeah,
for you also.
yeah.
Nice,
But you
nice.
have to be ready for those time, right? So you
Right,
have to compensate first. That is what he was saying, that first you have to work hard, right?
right, right. Then
Correct,
get married
correct.
only.
Then get married.
So cool, cool, cool. So one more over this. So ये कहते हैं कि एक लाइफ में एक गाइड होना, एक मेंटर होना is मतलब kind of good thing if you have. So do you have anyone in your life who mentored you or who to whom you look as a mentor, और मतलब उसकी क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है, उस पे थोड़ा सा बताइए. What's your thought on that?
So see, mentors change as you grow.
Yeah,
Initially, I used to have my friend as my mentor when I
Mhm.
was studying. And that guy was having a lot of knowledge. He used to study a lot of books and used to tell me about those things. And I was always fascinated by the knowledge he had.
Hmm.
Later on, when I moved to college, one of the professors was my mentor. I used to learn a lot from him. So see, mentors mean that you get something from them, you learn something from them. It's not like a teacher is your mentor.
yeah,
Every teacher teaches you something, but mentor means that uh, he has a different role in your life. He is something that you idolize. And sometime or later, I don't know if that is good for this interview, I have made Ramashankar as my mentor also sometime in my life, because he always keep on learning new things, and he always keep on telling me a lot of things. So I have always I have also made Ramashankar as my mentor. And in
Yeah,
my professional life, uh, I would say one of my superior, Mr. Manish Singh, is there. I don't know if name is required here or not, but I have made my mentor, him as my mentor. So he is a very dynamic guy, and he is so active, and he manages a lot of jobs, a lot of people in such a simple way. If you see that, you will always feel that that is the leader I want, and that is the leader I want to become.
Mm-hmm.
So the mentors play a very crucial role in your life, and always have some person for yourself to look up to reach to that level, to reach to his
yeah,
level or her level. Okay.
yeah.
Correct,
So,
correct.
so
That's
I'd
great.
like to add a point. So, yeah, we shared a good point sometime in our life, and mentor is not only teaching or something. Maybe sometime he can validate some of your thought. Sometimes we feel that whether I'm thinking something, whether it is correct or not, so he can validate, he can maybe give some feedback. Sometimes he can maybe give uh, some suggestion to improve. So that is why that is how one of your friend can also be a mentor, because he can share feedback very frankly. So getting feedback is more
Correct.
important. So,
Right.
so actually, so whenever I used to feel that I'm doing something wrong or they're going some different path, I used to take validation from researcher. So that is how we like helped each other. That I
Yeah.
can
Nice.
say.
Mentoring and reverse
Sure.
mentoring also.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
नाइस नाइस आई गेस मेरी तरफ से यही क्वेश्चन थी। रामू जी, आपको कुछ और पूछना है?
I think we have covered most of the thing, and we had very good conversation. We have got a good content to learn and share with our group mates and maybe others also. So yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
थैंक
Thank
यू
you.
ऋषभ सिंह। थैंक यू।
Thank you.
यार रिकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप कर सकते हो आप?